You're watching E.T.N. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to talk Godzilla King of the Monsters as we are ending the March of the King series this week. Yes, and right now it is 1:52 in the morning. I'm really behind because I have not even started the series yet. We're rolling into Wednesday. Holidays are coming, so I really want to kind of get this out there and start getting these videos wrapped up before the weekend. So this video, we're going to talk about Rodan. I'm going to discuss what I liked about him, what I didn't like, and what I would change about Rodan in Godzilla King of the Monsters. So let's start off with the good. I thought Rodan had probably one of the best scenes in the movie. From the time that he came out of the volcano to the very moment that the sequence ended was very action-packed. It was a lot of fun and really showcased some of the great things about Rodan. The way he maneuvered, the way he outsmarted, and his aggression. I mean, this sequence was just incredible. You couldn't ask for a better representation of Rodan in that sequence in and of itself. In terms of what I didn't like about Rodan was we didn't get to see him very much, number one. We didn't see a whole lot of him. I would have loved to have seen more of him. And depending on the status of the the Monsterverse at the end of everything, hopefully we get to see him again at some point. The other thing I wasn't too crazy about was his roar. I thought his roar was very underwhelming. I thought it was forgettable. In fact, I hardly remember what it sounded like. I was hoping to hear more of the original roar, and I know some of you guys did tell me that there was a hint of it in there, but I got to be honest, as far as I can remember, I never caught it. Maybe it's something I'll catch on the DVD at some point, but as it stands now, I just don't remember the roar very much. So I would say those are probably the two things. Oh, no, there's one more. The other thing, well, I won't count that as a negative more than something I would change. But I would say those two things are probably more or less the only things I had an issue with Rodan. His roar, and I would have liked to have seen more of him, especially after that sequence. It was a good, lengthy sequence, probably one of the longer monster sequences when you compare all of them. But it would have been nice to see more of him. In terms of things I would change in regards to Rodan in this movie, I think one of the things I would change, well, obviously I would give him more screen time, but we really didn't get to see him fight Godzilla. I mean, if he was coming out of this movie as a destroyer, if that was his status, then it would have been nice to have seen him actually throw down with Godzilla for a little while. We saw him fight Mothra. Obviously, they had their little rivalry. And we saw him engage with Ghidorah, a fight that obviously he lost. But it would have been nice for him to engage with Godzilla at some point, especially when you consider the history of these two monsters. I thought it was a lost opportunity for them to not have Godzilla and Rodan actually do battle at some point. When you look back at the first time these two monsters met, they've had some fierce battles. Yes, they've teamed up, they've been friends, they've actually teamed up against Ghidorah several times. But when they have had battles with each other, those battles have been pretty brutal and pretty funny at times as well. So I think those are the things when I look back at Rodan in this movie. Those are the kind of things that I took out of the movie. Probably one of the best sequences in the movie. Great showcasing of the kaiju. But just not enough. Just not enough of him. A missed opportunity for a classic fight with Godzilla. A very, very underwhelming and disappointing roar. And just not enough. Not enough of him. I wanted to see more Rodan. His scene was definitely one of the highlights. One of the things I remember that I loved was when he first came out of the volcano. He's sitting on a volcano perched. And the military's circling him in their planes. And he's just looking at him like, yeah, what? And then they fire missiles at him. He kind of was like, what? And then swoops right down on the mountain and goes face first right after them. It's just great. I mean, literally face first, like right behind them. And with no fucks given. Like he just goes at them. And he beats their ass to the point that they got to retreat. Think about it. He was on their ass and beating them so badly that they actually had to retreat into Ghidorah to get Rodan off of them. I mean, that's just epic right there. So that's pretty much it. You know, Rodan overall was very satisfying to watch, which is why I wanted more of him. And it would have been great to see him engage with Godzilla, but nonetheless, it was still very satisfying to see him on the silver screen. And I thought Michael Dougherty overall did a great representation of the kaiju and some of the things he can do, some of his powers and his effects. So this is great. But yeah, that's it. So what about you guys? Let me know in the comment section. How would you change anything, if at all, regarding Rodan? You know, what are the things you liked? What are the things you didn't like? And what are the things you would change about Rodan in Godzilla King of the Monsters? This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Click here to watch more content. Don't forget to leave a comment. Also, make sure you like and share this video. If you want to know when the next video is up, click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. And most of all, make sure to click that subscribe button for regular content.